Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Atwood, roll call.
Mr. Kanka?
Here.
Dr. McSheen?
Dr. McSheen will not be here this evening.
Ms. Soto?
Here.
Stanton?
Ms. Stanton will not be here this evening.
Ms. Williams?
Ms. Williams will not be here this evening.
Ms. Byrne?
Here.
Dr. Farrar?
Here.
Ms. Harvey?
Harvey will not be here this evening.
Ms. Thornton?
Here.
We have a quorum.
So at this time, I'm going to pass it on to Dr. Rocco. We have some very special guests here this evening.
Good evening, everyone. And first, let me start by thanking all the families for coming out tonight. I know it's a very busy time of year. I know there are many other things going on, but we appreciate you spending a couple of minutes with us and allowing your children to get us into the season with some songs here. So I'm going to turn it over to the proud principal of Cooser Elementary School, Senora Peak.
Hola, hello, buenas noches, bonsoir, and welcome. It is an honor to be here before the board to showcase the wonderful talent that we have at Cooser. And I would like to also make sure that we take notice of the fact that we are highlighting our 3 languages. Our songs, one of them will be in English, Spanish, and Creole, because at Cooser, we believe in welcoming everyone into our community and ensuring that every student that walks through our doors feels valued, honored, and represented within the community. Without further ado, I turn it over to Ms. Pika and our wonderful performers.
Please enjoy our 2 songs, Count on Me and Feliz Navidad.
Oh, yeah.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Bueno. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Navidad.
All right, Cruiser Cats, you are outstanding. Thank you for such a beautiful performance. Families, familias, gracias. Thank you so much for your support tonight. I know it was hard to come out 2 nights in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, our concert was last night. So they came out 2 nights in a row just for you. And I'm so proud of them and so happy that they were able to start us with the holidays with this beautiful music.
It's the chicken. I don't know, man. It's a chicken. Man, it's just.
Buzz.
I'm
You want me to say?
ready to go. Ready to go.
Families, thank you again for coming out. We wish you a happy holiday. Thank you for starting our meeting with such great music.
Thank you.
With the rule.
Oh, with the rule, nothing more than. I didn't hear it.
Okay.
I may have, but I didn't hear any complaints. Good point.
Hopefully not.
Could you turn up the heat?
You should be turning the heat up.
Yeah, sure. Hey, how are you? I'm well, thank you.
No, nobody.
Nottingham, yes. Are you going to congratulate your classmate?
But there's nobody to complain.
Did you hear? Brianna Perlotta? Is it in your notes?
Okay, at this time, I'm going to ask for a motion to go into executive session.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Yes.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion passes.
Information you want me to give?
Whereas NJSA ten
have it?
4
Perfect.
13 requires adoption of the board
All
to
right,
go into
excellent.
executive session. Be it resolved that the board pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, New Jersey, Title 18A, and the Hamilton Township Board of Education bylaw number 0166, hereby enter executive session to discuss a matter involving student matters, human resource matters, and matters falling under the attorney-client privilege. Be it further resolved that the minutes of this executive session shall be made public following formal action by the board and/or at the conclusion of any investigation, due process proceeding, or litigation, so long as not prohibited by law and so long as the need for maintaining confidentiality no longer exists. Meeting back to order, and I'm going to move around the agenda. I do apologize for the delay in executive session. I thank everyone for their patience. I'm going to start with our student representatives. It's getting kind of late, so I want to make sure that they have an opportunity to get home. So we will start with Edris Soto.
Yeah, you can take.
Hello. So I'm Steiner's school board representative, and I just wanted to start by talking about Steiner's preparation for the upcoming holidays. To start us off, some of Steiner's club have been hosting holiday parties to congratulate their students for their hard work and contributions to Steiner High School. While it may seem that we're relaxing, Steiner students have been hard at work decorating the hallways and making sure that every Steiner student can get in that festive holiday spirit. This hard work includes Steiner's annual door decorating contest, which students and staff work on decorating classroom doors with whatever creative holiday theme they can think of. Our student voting ends this Friday, so we are very excited to see what amazing door wins our Best in the Show award. To stem away from that, some of Steiner's students have just returned this Monday from their Marine Lab trip in Key Largo, Florida. These students had to go through a selection process to get on the trip and were able to snorkel and explore the various ecosystems that the Florida Keys have to offer. I was also very lucky to be able to attend this trip, and I'm very grateful that Steiner gives this fun opportunity to learn about and explore these marine environments. And finally, I want to finish off my report by wishing everybody here a happy holidays and a happy new year.
Thank you very much. And we'll move on to Diamond Tran.
Hi, everyone. My name is Diamond Tran, and I'm so excited to share Hamilton West's current events and news for the month of December. I'm happy to announce at our annual Thanksgiving game against Steiner High School, we raised over $2,300 for the Stephen Gastek Scholarship Fund in honor of our former athletic director at Hamilton West High School. Thank you to all the families, students, and teachers who came out to support this meaningful tradition. Kicking off our holiday spirit, teachers and students are also participating in a school-wide door decorating contest featuring candy canes, reindeers, and even the Grinch. The hallways are truly filled with excitement as we count down to winter break. I'd also like to recognize two outstanding students who received the Questbridge Scholarship, a full ride to some of the most prestigious schools in the country. Carla Salguero will attend the University of Pennsylvania, and Diamond Tran will attend Haverford College this fall. Lastly, we wish all of our winter sport teams the best of luck this season. We're proud of your dedication and can't wait to cheer you on. To our entire Hamilton community, happy holidays, safe travels, and we look forward to seeing you in the new year.
Thank you very much. And now Daniela Ortega.
Good evening, everyone. So the month of December had brought a lot of exciting events and many accomplishments during across our school community. So we began December by welcoming the winter sports season. Our student athletes have been working hard and showing lots of dedication for this new season. We have also introduced new peer tutoring opportunities that are available all week long to help students in any subjects. This was brought by the National Honor Society. And we were also able to recognize those students with a National Honor Society induction ceremony. These students were recognized for their scholarship, leadership, service, and character. This month also highlighted our winter band and choir concert, where musicians and singers were able to showcase their hard work and talent. Our Key Club also helped spread holiday cheer by hosting their annual Cookies with Santa event. This was a great event for families, and we had many volunteers participate. In addition, this week we marked the start of our Winter Spirit Week. We have a fun week ahead of us, and we look forward to an exciting pep rally right before the break. Nottingham High School is also proud to announce that one of our students, Brianna Peralta Chamaco, has been named a 2026 Young Arts Award winner in Visual Arts. She was selected from a pool of nearly 13,000 applicants nationwide, and we are very proud of her. December has been a memorable month for both students and staff, and we wish everyone a happy holiday.
Thank you very much. As always, I love hearing from our students and the wonderful things that are happening at our 3 high schools. So thank you all very much. You are more than welcome to stay, but you can also go home too if you want. It's completely up to you. So at this time, I'm going to move on to our presentations. Again, we're going to move the agenda around a little bit, and we're going to start with our annual comprehensive financial report for the 24-25 school year. Dr. Rocco?
Actually, Ms. Atwood.
Oh,
Yes, we're going to introduce Mr. John Swisher, who's here from Suppley Clooney and Company, who's our annual audit, and it's all good. I'm just going to say that right up front, but turn it over to the auditor.
Thank you very much. I'm a little disappointed that the students left. They don't want to hear about accounting. Come on. I am John Swisher. I'm a partner with Suppley Clooney and Company. I'm here to talk about the results of the audit for the year ended June 30th, 2025. You should receive 2 reports, the thick report, the ACFR, it's got all the numbers in it, and the small report, which is the auditor's management report that's required by the State Department of Education. The large report is the one I'll start out with, and in there, at the very front of the report, is the opinion on the financial statements. That's at the end of the day what you're really paying me for, to come in and render an opinion on your financial statements to tell you that they're free from material misstatement. What basically that means to the board is that you can trust the numbers that are in there. You can rely on them for planning, et cetera. For the other users of the financial statements, the public, federal government, state government, bond rating agencies, you want to have that unmodified opinion and that the numbers in the report are correct and within materiality. And I'm happy to announce, and not surprisingly, that you have an unmodified opinion once again. It's good news. Also in the large report, the ACFR is an opinion on your internal controls and compliance. It's called your GAS opinion, Government Auditing Standards. And that's where we talk about the internal controls, your own internal rules as to how you process transactions, whether the controls are suitably designed to make sure everything gets right into the right bucket, and also supposed to be designed to make sure that it detects or prevents fraud within a reasonable period of time. We look at those controls and we make sure that they're suitably designed to accomplish those goals. Once we determine they're suitably designed, we then test them to make sure they're actually being done. An example of this would be a signature on a voucher, a receiving signature, for instance. And so we go and we test the transactions to make sure the controls are working. And I'm happy to say that they're suitably designed and they're working. So you have no comments on internal controls. Second part of that opinion is on compliance. Compliance runs the gamut from payroll to purchasing, all kinds of stuff in there. The transfers in your budget, all these rules and regulations, federal, state, local, and bids. I'll take as an example of that. You guys award bids from time to time. We'll pull some of those out and make sure they're in compliance with the local public contract law. And I'm happy to say that you don't have any compliance issues that are reported in the financial statements either. So we're doing pretty well so far. The last opinion is on the single audit. That's when you have over $750,000 in expenditures in either federal or state grants. When that happens, we have to do additional testing. That testing is dictated by the federal and state government. And we have to do their procedures and make sure that everything is correct in their eyes. And again, it's interesting this year, with the ESSER money, all the COVID money has finally made its way through. So we're kind of back to a cycle where we're looking at Title I, IDEA, National School Lunch. And this year we did National School Lunch, as a matter of fact, and we didn't have any problems with it, which is good news. So the report itself is clean. And as a result of it being clean and those opinions, the small report, the Auditor's Management Report, which is required by the State Department of Education, doesn't have any findings in it. Okay, so it's a clean report all across the board. Good news. I'll touch briefly on your finances. Your surplus is up this year, and that's good news. I always talk to you when I come here each year about funding of your restricted reserves, your capital reserve, and your maintenance reserve. The State Department of Education allows you to put money aside for those two purposes, along with a couple of others, but those are the two that Hamilton has. And you're able to fund those when you have an increase in your surplus. You can fund those reserves. And I'll pick on the capital reserve very quickly. Your capital reserve is in good shape. When you have a good, strong capital reserve in a district of this size, it's incredibly important. You have a lot of buildings, you have a lot of infrastructure that you have to take care of. When you have money in capital reserve, you can utilize that to do some of the smaller projects and maybe have a little bit more space between referendums. So all in all, it was a very good year. The records are in typically good shape. I'll take a moment now to pick on somebody at the end of the table down there. This will be my last year working with Katie. And I think you guys all kind of understand. Our firm does 33 audits, okay? Hamilton is special. Well, I love all my clients, to be fair. But it's always been very, very interesting working here in Hamilton. And I'll tell a quick story. In one of my first years that I was here doing the audit, I got into an argument with Katie about your maintenance reserve and things that were being charged to it and my interpretation of the law. And Katie said to me, "John, you realize I did write these regulations." I said, "Oh, okay." And it's a funny story, but the conversations that I have, and the two ladies that are sitting back here, they're probably desperate to leave at this point in time. They're very passionate about financial reporting. You don't see that in a lot of districts. They are to the penny people, okay? And Hamilton was the first board that we filed this year at Suppley Clooney Company. And it's pretty amazing. I do some smaller districts, and we came right up to the deadline anyhow. But there's a lot of work that goes into it, and it's very satisfying to work with a district that truly cares about what they're doing. And again, I will miss you, Katie. You can still reach out to me every once in a while, but it's been a pleasure working with you. But I'll open it up right now. Questions on either one of the reports?
Thank you very much. Do I have any board members that have any questions? I'll start with you, Mr. Kanka.
Hi, John. Hey. How you doing, John? I don't really have a question. I just want to just make a comment that since John, your firm has come on board, we started out a little rocky in the beginning, and we worked through all these ups and downs, mostly downs in the beginning, but we've had some pretty good years the last probably 8 or 9 years. And I don't know how long you've been here, but it's been my pleasure to sit and listen to you because you come in to our meeting prior to our committee meeting and give us all these details. And a lot of, some questions are asked. Actually, I'm the one that talks the most, if you can believe that or not. But John has made sure that with the work of Katie, Mrs. Atwood and her staff, that they fall within compliance of everything that's needed according to the guidelines that are set forth with our excess surplus, making sure that we stay within that the 3 to 5% range.
Yeah.
And we have done that over the past several years. And I'm real appreciative of what you've done. And the committee commends your staff on your side and Katie's staff for a job well done. And I also got to commend the board and the administration for allowing us to be as proactive as we are with our spending, and also be as responsible as you are with our spending. We try to do the best we can. We give it where it's needed, and the board has always been very compliant with everything that we need as far as, and the administration. Of course, as you know, John, and I know, working with Katie is really difficult. She doesn't like to give too much up, but all in all, it's been a wonderful experience, and with between you and Katie together, and it's unfortunate that you're going to have to probably just deal with me next year.
All good.
So, but
All
I
good.
appreciate everything you did, and I hope the board really understands what they go through in that office to get to where we are today, and try to explain, and with this comprehensive report, where the money goes, why it's where it's at, and why do we need excess surplus and things like that. So I appreciate it. Thank you, and thanks for the committee and myself personally.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kanka. Ms. Byrne?
No, I just want to thank you so much for your presentation, and also thank Katie for all of your hard work. I know that Hamilton's really going to miss you. Thank you both.
Dr. Farrar?
So there's 3 board members at the table and 1 up-and-coming board member in the audience who remembers where this district was financially. And it's, as Mr. Kanka noted, it's just amazing with Katie here and the auditors. We have really, we shine financially. And I mean, you can see all the problems around the state. I mean, I hope you're not working for Montclair.
No.
So I want to thank Ms. Atwood. I want to thank you and Mr. Kanka, because Mr. Kanka has really, as Chair of Finance and Operations, has for the board led the charge to get out of some of the really awful situations we were in when he started on the board, when Ms. Thornton started on the board, Mr. Scales started on the board, and then I came on the board. It's wonderful. I love sitting here and going, yep, everything was clean. We have a clean, audit. It's great. So thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Atwood. We tried to keep you, but you still want to leave in June. So, but you could change your mind.
Thank you. Ms. Soto?
No questions. I too just want to thank you for this very comprehensive report. Feel very fortunate to have not been a part of the board during that time. So I'm grateful for all of your hard work.
Thank you, Ms. Soto. I would like to echo my fellow board members. Mr. Swisher, thank you very much for very comprehensive report. I would like to thank Ms. Atwood and your entire business department. This is a true testament to all of your hard work and your dedication. It does not go unnoticed. And again, thank you very much. I feel very confident that we're in a very good place, and I look forward to the future. So again, thank you for all your hard work. But absolutely, Dr. Rocco.
Yeah, John, I just want to thank you for your hard work and your team coming in as you do, and how you've gotten us through this process. But you mentioned the important people here, and that's the ladies that are here representing the business office. There's a whole team of people that are able to make this possible, and they are led by Katie Atwood, who does an outstanding job. But that outstanding job is also done by the folks that she works with to make sure that we get it done and get it done right. And so I appreciate you acknowledging them and the hard work that they do, because they get it right all the time and work very hard to make sure that we are represented well. So thank you for your hard work. Katie, thank you for your hard work, and the entire business office. Thank you.
Just thank them too, who sit here, because they do run a tight ship. Thank you, ladies, and everybody who's back in the office. This district is in very good hands financially, operationally. We're doing a great job. And thank you. And I'll add one more thing. You didn't say who won that argument, but I did. Just so you know.
I think I'm like 1 for 10 over the course of time.
Thank you, John. And
I'll conclude by saying the report is a big report. And if you have any other questions, if something comes up, I'm happy to come back. I can jump on Zoom, whatever you folks need.
thank you.
Take care, folks.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Yes, have a happy holiday. Do you want to go into our reports, or would you like me to start with Dr. Altobello?
I think Dr. Altobello should do his report, and if we can set Dr. Altobello's report up.
Yep. We're going to continue with our presentations and our reports, and I'm going to call Dr. Altobello. We're using the
projector.
Okay.
All right. Good evening, everybody. I am here to report on the SSDS year-over-year comparative data. The state of New Jersey requires us 2 times a year to report out on school safety data. This particular set of data started in 2017, 2018, and it replaced the violence and vandalism. So SSDS collects information from all schools and all districts in New Jersey on incidents of violence, vandalism, weapons offenses, substance offenses, alleged HIBs, and then harassment, intimidation, and bullying investigations, which are confirmed, as well as any other offense that leads to a student being removed from the school. This will be on the website tomorrow, and if you want to actually look at the SSD guidance manual, there's a link to that. So I'm going to go over some simple data showing you a comparison, which is not required by law, but we like to do it. So I'm going to show you what year-over-year data looked like at both levels. So the columns in black are 2023, 2024 school year, and the columns in gold are the 24-25 school year. So as we're looking at this data set, total incidents are down 23% year over year. Incidents of violence are down 28% year over year. Incidents of vandalism are down 3%. Instances of substance are down 15%. Weapons offenses are down 47%. Confirmed HIBs are down 29%. HIB alleged are up 57%. Now, some people may say, well, why are they going up? It's actually a good thing that they're going up because that means people are reporting issues of harassment, intimidation, and bullying at a higher rate. We are doing more investigations, but a majority of those investigations are being found not to be harassment, intimidation, and bullying. And then there's a 42% or a 42% increase in HIB programs and trainings. That's the elementary level. Now we're going to look at the secondary level. So in the secondary level, total incidents reported are down roughly 20%. Issues of violence are down 26%. Issues of vandalism are down 17% year over year. Substance abuse issues are down 13%. Weapons issues were down 38%. Confirmed HIBs are down 28%. Alleged HIBs are up 25%. Reminder, that's a good thing. And programs have increased. And then the last chart I'm going to go over is the cumulative report. So this is year over year entire district. And I think it's important to note a couple of things, right? So Hamilton's a very large school district, right? 24 schools, 12,437 students. Right? That's a lot of kids every day, 180 opportunities to either do the right thing or do the wrong thing. So let's go over this. Year over year, total incidents are down 23%. What does that mean? That means that 97% of the students who attend our school are not engaging in any incident that requires us to report to SSDS. That's a good thing. Issues of violence are down 28%. That equates to 99% of our students not engaging in anything that would be classified as a violent offense by the state of New Jersey. That's a good thing. Vandalism, it's down 3%. 99% of the students do not engage in acts of vandalism. Substance issues are down 15%. I'm happy to report that 99% of the students out of the 12,437 that attend schools do not engage in issues that require us to report it as substance. Weapons offenses are down 47% year over year. Again, that equates to 99% of the students in the school district not engaging in behavior that the state would require us to report or identifies as a weapon offense. Confirmed HIBs are down 29% year over year. 99% of the students out of 12,437 do not engage in negative behaviors requiring it to be found to be harassment, intimidation, and bullying. Alleged HIBs are up 57% year over year. That's a good thing. More people reporting, more investigations happening, less being found to be harassment, intimidation, and bullying. With the SSDS, one of the things that I thought would be important, being that it's my last presentation of SSDS, I wanted to do a look back versus a look forward. So I looked at where we were in 2018 versus where we are in 2025, because that's the reporting years. So here's where we are. In 2018, the total number of incidents that were reported were 383. In 2025, it's 240. That's a 38% decrease. We reported 188 issues of violence in 2018. We reported 107 in 2025. That's a 43% reduction. We reported 29 issues of vandalism in 2018. We reported 27 in 24-25 school year. That's a reduction of 1.5%. In 2018, we reported 85 issues of substance or substance abuse. This year, the last reporting year, we reported 72. That's a 15.3% reduction. Weapons issues in 2018 were 15 versus 5. That's a 66% reduction in a 5-year span. Confirmed HIBs in 2018 were 76. Confirmed HIBs in 2024-25 were 29. That's a 62% reduction. Alleged HIBs were 50. Alleged HIBs are now 124. That's an increase. That's a good thing. Now, we're not required to report this, but I thought it would be interesting to take a look at a year over year, 23-24 versus 24-25 versus current year, September to December. It's not going to be on the chart, but I have it in front of me. And what I looked at is a year over year comparison of two things: suspensions. So I think it's important to know. 24-25, so last school year, September 1 to December 10, we had 440 suspensions. This school year, September 1 to December 10, 358 suspensions. That's a 20%, an 18.6% decrease to be exact. And then what I did is I took total behavior infraction. So anything that falls in our code of conduct that is reported in Power School. So total behavioral infractions, same period of time, year over year. Last year, there were 979 issues of code of conduct violations between September 1st and December 10th. This year, there were 792. That's a 19% reduction. So what I'm trying to say is over the last 5 years, due to the hard work of the board and the people who are up here, and especially the administrators, the families, and the kids, is we've seen an overwhelming reduction in everything. And it's important to note that some of us have worked in districts outside of here. Some of us currently work or represent districts outside of here. One of the things that I can tell you with 100% certainty working under Scott is that there has never been any inclination or any conversation about changing the way in which we report incidents or talking to administrators about changing the way in which we report incidents to artificially deflate these numbers. These are actual numbers. We probably over-report things because we don't allow principals to make decisions not to investigate issues of harassment, intimidation, and bullying. We tell them to do the investigation. We've enhanced the code of conduct over the last couple of years to expand the number of days of suspension you will get for getting into a physical altercation or being in a possession of a vape or engaging in an altercation that requires you as a student to interact with a staff member that could be considered staff assault. We've enhanced the disciplinary response to those things, and yet suspensions have gone down and incidents have gone down. So I just want to say thank you to the board for your willingness to do the hard things over the last 5 years to drive these things down. Because what I can tell you today, based on the data, is that attendance is up, discipline is down, and we're moving in the right direction. So thank you.
So I'll start with, do any board members have any questions for Dr. Altobello? I'll start on this side. Ms. Soto?
No questions. While I appreciate the shout out, I think the hard work was really done by you and your team under your leadership. Board and town better be ready because you run a tight ship. Thank you for all your hard work.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to come to it's easy for people like me or, everybody over here to come with ideas. It's very difficult for the people who are the elected officials to say, yes, do that, right? When we come and we say that we want to do this or we want to do that, it's easy to say, it's easy for us to propose it. It's hard to actually take the vote to do it. So you should be commended for being willing to do it.
So Dr. Farrar.
I too have always appreciated how you deliver things in a positive way, that 99% of our students really know how to behave, because so often we hear these things about our schools are unsafe, our schools are this. Our schools are great places. We have great faculty. The things that have gone on just in the past 2 months to help students through the holidays has just been magnificent. So I've always appreciated your reports, and we might come to board meetings in Bordentown just to make you feel at home.
I welcome it.
Thank you, Dr. Farrar. Ms. Byrne. I just want to thank you for your very thorough report. I'm sure there are many out there who appreciate the comparisons from the different years. And I want to wish you the best in Bordentown. Thank you for your service to Hamilton.
Thank you. And we'll put all of this information will be on the website tomorrow. We just can't update it till you guys take a vote on it. So when you vote on the actual accepting the facts, tomorrow the website will be updated for anybody of the public who wants to see any of that data, including school by school breakdowns, because I know that there's been a concern that that's not there. It is always there. It's been there since 2018. It's always on the website, easily available. Okay.
Dr. Kanka.
Yeah, I just wanted to focus on one particular item there that we are never really going to know what the number is. And that was Dr. Altobello's initiative when we installed the weapons detection system. You referred back to 2017, 2018 when this initiative started. But we don't know how many weapons were actually brought into the school.
No, we
until-
have no way to know prior to that because there was no detection system. We know that we found 15 weapons simply by word of mouth, a student coming down and saying, hey, or
That's
you know,
right.
somebody seeing something. So we could only assume that the number was higher.
That's exactly that's what my point. So the initiative to put in the detection system, I think it was a positive move in the community, even though there was some controversy at the time. You could see that, I guess the latest numbers were 8 in the latest that were actually picked up. But I can only imagine what was not picked up before that, and we only had the 15 with word of mouth. So it's a positive thing. It was an expensive thing, but it was all in all due to the fact that the board recognized the fact that we had to move in a direction that was proactive and to keep these children safe. And I appreciate everything that the board does. I appreciate Dr. Altabella and Dr. Rocco for his initiatives in this and supporting everything that's being done here. So that was just one of the things I wanted to focus on because it was something that the other stuff with drugs and suspensions and stuff like that, that's stuff you can see, but you can't see somebody carrying a weapon in their pants pocket or something until we did this initiative.
And I think the other thing too that's important, and this is really, Scott could talk to this more than I can because he goes around to the schools and he actually sits and talks with kids. But I think if you talk to the kids now, from where they were with initial apprehension about, oh, what is this doing, to where they are now, kids feel safer, right? Like we've not had, I don't think Scott in 2 or 3 years going around talking to kids at all the buildings every month has ever had a student say to him in one of his meetings, like, this made me uncomfortable. I think in fact, he probably hears more and more that this made me feel more comfortable coming to school. They're safer coming to school. So
Yeah, I just want to make sure that, I mean, I've never heard any of the students ever felt unsafe coming to school. I just hope that it continues in that direction, and I want to make sure, hey, and we talk about the students all the time, but the staff is just as important as the students here. So we want to protect everybody that we have, no matter what it takes and no matter what it costs. And if there's any resources needed through cyber security with our IT department or safety through our administration, all you got to do is ask, and we will definitely look into it and get you the resources you need. And I thank you for your report.
Thank you.
And that's it.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Kankit. Dr. Actabello, thank you very much for your report. Always appreciated. If we could, I love seeing the HIB. Yes, the programs, if you don't mind, if we could get a list of those. I like seeing the numbers going up for more resources. So thank you very much. Okay, so now we're going to move on to, I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to go to the superintendent's report.
Thank you very much. Dr. Altabella, thank you for the report. I'd like to address a recent news article about a former employee who was recently arrested. First, I want to say that the district does not comment on pending legal issues, but I do want to inform the community on the professional expectations and the process all employees go through in our district. First, all employees are fingerprinted, and that is checked through both the New Jersey State Police and FBI database. If an employee is arrested for a disqualifying offense, we are notified within approximately 24 hours and must notify the New Jersey Criminal History Department with the actions we have taken. Second, we do extensive training on professional expectations for staff. This includes a review of mandated district policies. Annual training staff must go to complete, but not only complete, but pass a brief assessment at the end of training. A memo was sent prior to the first day of school by Dr. Copeland's office addressing the issue of sexual misconduct. Staff training on this must be completed before the first student is in class. A memo was sent in October by Dr. Copeland's office regarding professional expectations and standards for the welfare and care of children. Each fall and spring, a video tutorial on staff professional expectations is sent to all of our staff. Over the years, I've reminded students, families, staff, and the public that school safety and a safe environment for our students is all of our responsibility. If something does not seem right, sound right, or look right, tell somebody. See something, say something. And I want to remind our community of that. On a different topic, winter sports season has begun, and I'd like to thank all of our student athletes a successful season. And the word winter is in there, so I have to talk about heat for a second. As the temperatures get colder, our facilities department has been addressing a few heat issues around the district. This has included adjusting boiler times, fixing pipes, and other repairs. Just this Tuesday, our architects and project managers addressed heating issues within several spaces at Greenwood and Alexander. Both were being addressed. Like our homes, some rooms are colder or some rooms are warmer. But when a space gets too hot or too cold, our facility staff goes out and our trade staff goes out and addresses those issues. I'd like to thank our facility staff and also thank our trade staff for doing that work. And on the issue of cold, a reminder that winter has arrived, as you can tell outside. I do track the weather forecast from the beginning of December through early March for the S word, which I'm not allowed to say at this table. I track that on multiple apps and on weather stations, multiple weather stations. The process to decide if we go to open on time or delayed or close is complex and one that involves many people. This includes getting information on road conditions, the status of our parking lots and sidewalks, the forecast for when faculty and staff are arriving at school and leaving at the end of the day. I also speak with superintendents in surrounding districts. With all that, there is never an easy answer. And I would argue whatever answer I give or solution I give is probably wrong. But we do focus on the safety of everyone. And I do want to give a shout out to our grounds, faculty, facilities, trades, and everybody over at Bell Avenue for the hard work that they did, from the folks doing the plows and the snow blowers to shoveling, to the supervisors who were up probably 36 hours straight to make sure that our facilities were ready for Monday. So thank you to all of them for the hard work that they did Sunday into Monday. As we've mentioned in the past, with the change to block scheduling, we also bring a midterm and final exam back. These exams will now be called Exam 1 and Exam 2. Exam 1 is from the first marking period to the second marking period, and Exam 2 is for the third and fourth marking periods. The Department of Curriculum and Instruction has developed a website with information on Exam 1. This includes videos on studying and study guides for every single subject. Please go online and start looking at that material. Start preparing for Exam 1. It's the holiday season and we're thinking about summer camp. Submissions are complete for the 2026 summer camp program. We have 90 unique proposals. There will be 4 travel camps and camp registration will open in February. Well, we just had a presentation from the Director of Administration, his last presentation, and I'd like to take a moment to congratulate Dr. Altabello for his appointment to the Superintendent of Bordentown, and he will start that position in January 1st of 2026. Congratulations to Dr. Altabello. We all wish you the best and also expect that twice a year you'll come back and do that presentation. I also like to give congratulations to Diana Vassal and Jen Marinello, both are elementary principals in our district, because they had the article Addressing Chronic Absenteeism in Elementary School published in Edutopia magazine, and that was just published 2 days ago. So congratulations to them. I'd also like to thank Mrs. Burns for her service as a board member these last 3 years. I know we mention it from time to time, but just as a reminder for our community, service on the board is by election, but comes with no pay. The time spent is voluntary. There are many meetings and hours of work each month for board members. The position is not easy and involves a lot of time away from family and other responsibilities. I'd like to thank Ms. Burns for her 3 years of service to Hamilton Township Board of Education, and a small token of our appreciation. we have a plaque for you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
And let's see. And finally, I just want to wish everybody a happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, joyous Kwanzaa, and Happy New Year. And I look forward to 2026 and working with all of you next year. That ends my report.
Thank you, Dr. Rocco. I'm going to move on to Board of Education. Any comments or anything that you would like to discuss? Mr. Kanka?
Nothing.
Ms. Byrne?
I do. Thank you. So, many of you know that this is my last board meeting. I have been honored to serve these last 3 years. And for those of you who don't know, I was on the curriculum committee. I want to thank Mr. Scotto for his kindness and professionalism. Thank you, Mr. Scotto. As I leave my post on the board, I hope that in the future, this board will see other residents from all walks of life run for the school board. In order to have true representation of all our shareholders and taxpayers, it's important that we have true diversity and all residents in our great community have representation. As a member of the curriculum committee, I would have liked to pass a policy regarding term limits. No offense to those who have been here a long time, but had I had consensus, I would have tried to limit time on the board to 3 consecutive terms. I believe in term limits for all branches of government, including the school board. It's easy to become entrenched, and in the time that we serve, we forget who we work for. We work for the people, our taxpayers and our shareholders. And lately on the board, we've had some discussion about homeschoolers and whether they can participate in school sports. For the record, many of you know that I'm a mother of 9, and I homeschooled all of my children, most of them all the way through high school. I would love to see the local school boards be generous with those who are receiving an education at home. After all, there are many reasons why children are homeschooled, and not all education takes place in a brick and mortar building. Pending legislation in the State House, Bill 5459 mandates annual government oversight of homeschooling families and school district reps to review a wellness plan with no clear definition of what a general health and wellness check must include. This is a prejudice, in my opinion, overreach, and a violation of family privacy and parental rights. Homeschool students in New Jersey do very well academically, and there's no justification for such a bill. I know that many families will be watching our lawmakers to see how this goes, and I hope that New Jersey will remain the great state that it has always been in providing homeschoolers a great place to freely educate their children without government interference. Now, in parting, I wanted to leave you all with a little something, a token reminder that we are one Hamilton, one board, that kindness is free and respect is important. So sadly, I'm missing Dr. McSheen tonight because he was the inspiration for my gift. On the dais, you might see some red bags. And if you look inside, there's Spider-Man socks. Dr. McSheen told us several months back that he wears a pair of Spider-Man socks to all the board meetings. So, and Mr. Scales, there's a pair up here for you as well. For those who are not here this evening, I can leave them in Park Avenue. And I hope that you will wear them as a reminder and remembrance, a fond remembrance of our time here on the board together. I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, and happy and healthy New Year. And one last thing to our beloved Janice. I heard a rumor this very evening, I won't say who, but I hear that there's a particular board member who suggested that going forward, our name tags up here are done in cursive.
Thank you, Ms. Byrne.
Thank you.
Dr. Ferrara?
Yes, good evening. I just have general announcements. I had the opportunity to visit the holiday market at University Heights in action, and there were lots of happy faces shopping all the items that the PTA members had gathered for this event. This PTA the members shop sales all year long, finding discounted items for the event. Students could find toys for siblings, items for parents and grandparents. Nothing was more than $5. The selection was great. I found a gift. I hope my daughter's not watching. And the PTA shops, the sales, they bring them in, and there was just a full array of stuff. And one of the PTA members was dressed as a Christmas tree. So it was a lot of fun. And I know there's other holiday market events at our schools. And again, it's just a nice way for the PTA to support students to find gifts that they can't go to the mall and buy themselves. And then this Friday, all of the students at Wilson Elementary School, that's 500 students, will receive not only a visit from Santa, but a bag filled with 3 gifts from their wish lists. For the 6th year in a row, Wilson teacher Vinnie Scalfani has organized an army of elves to make this event happen. He gathers people up. He sends you a list of what the student wants. He assigns you to a student, and either you send it to his house by Amazon or you bring it to school. And this Friday, Santa will be walking through all the halls and the outside trailers, and it is a joyous day for Wildcats. And so to everybody who helped Vinny, thank you very, very much. And to all of you, happy holidays.
Dr. Ferrara. Ms. Soto?
I too would just like to echo my colleagues in wishing everyone happy holidays. I have been just so grateful to be part of this community, just to see how everybody has come together with Thanksgiving and with the upcoming Christmas holiday. People are just so generous, and and I'm very thankful to be a part of Hamilton. I too would like to also thank Ms. Byrne for her service to the board. I will say I was conflicted on a vote a few meetings ago, and Ms. Byrne said to me, you have to vote with your heart. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Vote, the way you really truly believe. And so I thank you for that advice. I carry it with me. It made the vote that evening, much easier. And I respect the fact that you have always voted unapologetically the way that you believe. And again, thank you for your service, and I wish you well.
Thank you, Ms. Soto. So it's been a busy month for Hamilton. I was fortunate enough to attend our CPAG meeting. It was a wonderful presentation. I believe we have that online as well. So it was really a great presentation, very informative. I was also able to attend Mercerville's Skate with Santa. That was very nice, a little cold, but very nice. And I would like to thank you, Ms. Byrne. Thank you for your dedication to Hamilton. Thank you for your service. It's been a great 3 years, and we haven't always agreed on everything, but as Ms. Soto said, you have always voted your heart and what you truly believed in, and that's what we're here for. And I cannot thank you enough, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and I thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. So at this time, I'm going to move on to, I'm sorry, I moved the agenda around so many times. I have to find my place. I apologize. Okay, so we're going to go to board committees, and I will start with Ms. Soto, Personnel.
Thank you. So the Personnel Committee met on Wednesday, December 10th at 4:15. And I, along with Ms. Williams, Dr. McSheen, Dr. Rocco, and his leadership were in attendance. And as Dr. Rocco mentioned, in response to recent events involving a former employee from 5 years ago, we spent a lot of time with Dr. Copeland providing us with an overview to the committee and to the full board of the comprehensive procedures that are currently in place to safeguard all HTSD children and reinforce professional expectations. Just again, so the audience knows and understands, the district maintains a multi-layered ongoing approach to policy review, training, and communication, including the following: the mandated district policies, as mentioned by Dr. Rocco, released annually in July, A list of mandated district policies is provided to all staff, and every staff member is required to review them, formally acknowledge them upon completion. Mandated training on the first day of school is received. All staff receive a memo requiring training specifically addressing sexual misconduct and staff to student boundaries. Completion of this training and assessment is mandatory prior to the first day of school. Professional expectations memo. Each October, a district-wide memo is distributed to all staff outlining professional expectations and standards related to the welfare and care of children. And professional expectations video tutorials are given, reinforcing staff professional expectations. They're distributed twice annually, once in the fall and once again in the spring. In addition, prior to employment, as Dr. Rocco stated, all staff are required to be background checked and fingerprinted. In addition to the staff in the district, all regular volunteers who are in the buildings, including our Robins, including us as school board members, we are required to go through the same process, background checking and fingerprinting. So to the community, just rest assured, our administration and our HR department is really trying everything in their power to protect our students. Unfortunately, when situations like this arise, typically a background check, all the safeguards can be in place, and we just don't know until something happens. And with this, thank Dr. Copeland and everybody in the HR team who really go out of their way to ensure that our children are safe. In addition, we discussed some revisions to some job descriptions. They are up for board action tonight. Revisions to the Director of Human Resource position, Director of Administration, Director of Student Services and Programs, and Director of Curriculum are up for board approval this evening. Dr. Copeland also shared that an informal pension workshop was held for our unaffiliated staff who do not have union representation. The district hosted this workshop to provide retirement and financial planning guidance. Happened on November 25th in the superintendent's conference room. The presenter was AXA Equitable. And of our 61 unaffiliated employees, 27 were in attendance. So it was a nice turnout. Dr. Copeland also shared that an administrator resource website is being developed. It supports administrators at both the building and district levels. It's a centralized website that provides comprehensive and easily accessible resources in topics that cover human resources, business and finance, district operations, student services, and curriculum and instruction. It's very much like an FAQ, best practice area where staff can learn from each other and from the administration. The site will be fluid and updated regularly by administration as things are discussed and or questioned. Dr. Rocco also shared information regarding the recommended appointment of our interim director of administration on the agenda again for tonight. The proposed appointment period is December 18th through June 30th. And as we always discuss, shared with us, our current list of district vacancies as of December 10th was provided. Recruitment efforts are always ongoing with a continued focus on filling all positions. 14 of our 23 schools are fully staffed. One of the remaining 9 has an appointment on tonight's agenda, and the other 8 schools have just 1 vacancy each. So we're well on our way to achieving our goal. The next Personnel Committee meeting will be January 14th at 4:15. And in light of Jason not being here this evening, I will also share the DCR report.
Please, thank you, Ms. Soto.
Provided by Lady Cassandra Hodges-Jones, Chairperson, District and Community Relations Committee. The DCR meeting for December was actually canceled due to illness and scheduling conflicts. So the next meeting will be held virtually on Tuesday, January 13th from 5 to 6 p.m. The Google Calendar invite will be shared and it will be on the DCR webpage of the website. If you have any specific topic that you would like a representative to present on, please email dcr@htsdnj.org and they will try their best to get someone to present on that topic. They are always actively seeking volunteers, so if you're interested in joining a subcommittee or becoming more involved, please contact them again, dcr@htsdnj.org. As always, you can find more information and meeting forms on their webpage. Go to htsdnj.org, click on menu, then community, and then district community relations committee. Join us as we partner together, building minds, building futures for our HDSD community to make a difference.
Very much, Ms. Soto. Do I have any questions on DCR or Personnel Committee report? Okay, seeing none. So I will move on to Dr. Farrar for curriculum and instruction.
Thank you. The CNI committee met on Wednesday, December 10th. Mrs. Byrne, Ms. Stanton, and I were all in attendance. Mr. Scotto opened our meeting by telling us about the new high school exams webpage that Dr. Rocco stole from my notes. The link is on the district's landing page. It can also be accessed from the left-hand menu of the curriculum and instruction page. And the page lists the upcoming exam schedule, resources to assist with studying, exam weights, and the study guides for all of our high school courses. The study guides were created by the curriculum and instruction supervisors. There are links to videos which highlight studying techniques. And I would really like to commend Mr. Scotto and his team for preparing these resources. It's so nice to have all of that in one place that students can access. One of the goals of teaching is to support students in learning how to learn, and taking these steps during the K-12 years prepares students for learning beyond high school and hopefully helps students grow into independent lifelong learners. That was really the main thing of our committee. So I'm going to walk you through some of the motions tonight. Motion 4, our upcoming field trips that need approval. 2 come from Klockner. Next week, students in grades 3 to 5 will travel to Princeton University to meet with college athletes and to see the campus. And early next year, 4th grade students will visit the Mercer County Courthouse to learn about the court system. The 3rd field trip request is from Robinson and would allow the 5th grade safety patrol students to visit Topgolf in Mount Laurel at the end of the year. Motion 5 asks the board to approve a data sharing agreement with the New Jersey Higher Education Student Assistance Authority, which is HESAA. Under the terms of the data sharing agreement, it authorizes school personnel from participating districts to be informed regarding whether 12th grade students have completed a financial aid application. This, as of last year, was a state mandate where families of graduating students have to file what is called the FAFSA, the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. And the legislature passed that in hopes of increasing opportunities for high school graduates to find money to continue their education. There is an opt-out provision. The waiver for an opt-out can be found easily on the district's Office of School Counseling page under financial aid. And of course, all the guidance counselors will know how to access it too. Motion 6 asks the board to accept the SDSS report that Dr. Altabella provided this evening so that it can be sent to the State Department of Education. Motion 7 are the policies out of the HR department that outline the district's expectations for maintaining healthy workplace environments, and they are up for a second read and approval. Motion 8 is the grants. We have 3 grant requests listed. The first one has already been funded thanks to Donors Choose. The other 2 projects have gone up on Donors Choose. One is for Klockner, one is for Greenwood, and there's an additional 3rd project for Wilson that has been on Donors Choose for a while. Motion 9 are textbooks, library books, and other materials to be disposed of. As a reminder, items like this are placed for sale to other districts unless they are damaged. Motion 10, in an effort to enhance individualized instruction so that students get what they need, Cooser Elementary School is asking us to approve the a purchase of a service called Amira Learning. This is an AI program developed through research with Carnegie Mellon and reading experts. Cooser piloted this platform on behalf of Ms. Audino's Student Services Department last year and found success. The platform improved oral fluency and the ability to read out loud, and this is being purchased with Title I funds. The program is an add-on to what already happens in the classroom. It will not take the place of instruction, it will enhance instruction. It's designed, as Dr. Rocco explained to me the other day, it's like a learning center. So students who need that help in fluency would be using this program. And finally, like my colleagues, I would like to acknowledge and thank Mrs. Byrne for her service on the CNI committee for the last 3 years. Running for a seat on the board is an adventure in and of itself, but it's just a beginning because fulfilling the expectations as a board member during a 3-year term involves committee meetings, monthly meetings, lots of texts from Dr. Rocco, administrative hearings, and liaison work. And I have very much appreciated Mrs. Byrne highlighting the work of the district's vocational ed students. It's an educational area that doesn't get enough recognition, in my opinion. So thank you for being their cheerleader and best wishes on your next adventure.
Thank you, Dr. Farrar.
Farrar, does that conclude your report?
Oh, yes, it does.
Thank
Don't
you.
mind
Do
me.
I,
Do I have icicles yet off my ears?
do I
I
have
think my
any
brain's
questions in
frozen.
regards to the curriculum and instruction report? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to finance and operation. Mr. Kanka?
Yes, good evening. Our meeting was held on the 10th of December at 8:30 in the morning. I would like to thank committee members, Mrs. Thornton and Mrs. Harvey for attending, the senior staff and for being there. And we had Mr. Swisher there for our comprehensive auditor's report. And Mrs. Atwood's going to have to help me with this last name. Her staff, Patty
Lagaren.
and Kim Roseri for being there also in support of the report from John. I thank you for being there. We started out with Dr. Rocco's community update, and he had also let us know that there was 90+ proposals that have been received for the 2026 summer camp program. And I don't know, has there been an update on it? Has we increased the number? Okay. It was 90+ for the 2026 camp. Then our first person to report was Mr. John Swisher, our auditor, which you heard the report tonight. So I won't go into any detail on what he had talked about since he reported that tonight. And we moved on to our door sensor installation update from Mr. O'Boyle. The work continues with the Steiner portion of it being completed, and Nottingham is now underway. We're still on target for sometime February completion of this project. On our facilities update, Mr. Miranda provided us with an update of the heat challenges that Dr. Rocco had reported in his report of Greenwood, Cooser, which have been addressed. And we did talk in detail about the Alexander issue with a couple particular classrooms that have been an ongoing problem. We did recommend that we have our engineers, our township engineer, not the township, but our engineers that we have on contract to take a look into this issue in more depth. It appears that the facilities department has looked at various ways to increase the output of that particular area in Alexander. to no avail. So now it's moved on to the next level of discussion to try to figure out what we can do to get this area taken care of. We also discussed, there was during the ESEP project, we had some of the older facilities, well, they're all old, but some of the older controls that we have in the facility, the pneumatic controls, they were, there was controls added on to those controls, which they called it was an overlay control, which controlled the pneumatics electronically, and it appears that some of those controls are becoming more and more of a challenge to find and to make these repairs. This impacts 6 of the schools at this time. So it's going to be, there's probably going to be a topic of discussion. This is a topic of discussion that's going to be looked into in more depth in the upcoming year to look to modernize those systems in those 6 schools. Then there was a report of from the facilities department of a steam leak at Nottingham, and as of the report, it was being worked on the following weekend, and that work is now completed. And then we talked about the wood shops in the 3 high schools, the upgrades needed for the spray booths that are in there when they spray some type of a finish on a wood project. These spray booths are in need of some extensive repairs, but unfortunately, the upgrades that are needed are probably more extensive, and the parts are they're not available. It would be more cost effective for us to look at replacement of those booths, so the people that are taking woodshop can have a more efficient way to complete their projects. Then we moved on to the playground update. Mercerville School was one that was picked out for equipment that was in excess of 20 years old. That is the older section of the playground. If anybody doesn't remember, we did do a whole new section of that several years ago. But the initial cost for that is going to be somewhere in the $100,000 range to replace all that equipment. And what they're going to do is, instead of like what most of the playgrounds have, they have the 5-bar underneath. It's going to be a resurfacing of the rubberized bottom surface for the equipment. It hasn't been nothing has been brought forward yet for any specifics on what's going to be done, but it's going to be, it'll be handled sometime in the near future. Oh, it says resurfacing board in the December meeting. I didn't see that on there. Is that on there? I didn't see it, Mrs. Atwood. Oh, the resurfacing.
Yes, the playground, it's under purchasing. It's on,
Oh, okay.
it's under the purchasing motion.
I'm sorry. Under the purchasing motion. The Mercerville playground is 20 years old, like I had stated, and there's some pieces on there that are hazardous, and we're going to take care of that particular equipment. And there was also a discussion on finalizing the replacement schedules. We're going to have a more intense schedule on how this equipment is going to be replaced in the future on a rotating basis. I guess it was about 10, 11, maybe even 12 years ago when the equipment was turned over to us by the Township of Hamilton. And so there's a lot of the playground equipment that is in that particular time frame of either 2015 or 14. So those particular playgrounds are all going to come to fruition about the same time. So we're going to, the administration is going to work up a schedule so we can have a rotation on this. and it won't, the impact to the district won't be as much as it was back then. And that'll be up and coming. Then we moved on, we discussed the Nottingham auditorium renovation, still on schedule for a December 13th completion. And that's all I have on that. And then we also discussed the DOE need, the need for the DOE on the review and approval of the new administration building. And I believe it's as of today, we are going to send them a copy of the lease agreement, tentative agreement as of right now for their guidance and their approval. Am I correct?
Today, we got some more guidance as to the process for their review, and I believe I haven't gotten the final answer from them, whether it's a draft or after the board approves it. So I don't know exactly when they want it, but I do know they want it.
Yeah, and at our meeting, they didn't want anything, but now they want something for some reason. We do have a meeting tomorrow, hopefully to finalize the language with that agreement before it's brought into the to the board. With the township. Am I correct? Yes. Tomorrow's meeting, the 19th. Okay. Or the 18th. I'm sorry. We discussed the building use policy 7510 for some possible adjustments to the policy, which includes the turf fields. That'll be a January topic, for the new board. Then there was the Bordentown Boot Camp agenda under the facility use that we have right now, the facility uses that we have right now prior to the adjustment. Then, as always, the implementation of the facility strategic plan. Dr. Altobello discussed the SSDS report. We did have a discussion on board bylaws 167, 0152. And I would just want to touch base on what Mrs. Soto said about the former employee. I received numerous amount of phone calls about this individual and, what are you guys doing? But I just want to reiterate one thing. I've worked with this Department of Justice for many, many years. And as far as people that are practicing this type of behavior, which I think is repulsive, you don't know until they've been caught. They could be doing this for years and years and years. And if they're not caught, the FBI, the CIA, whoever it is, they're never going to know it. And until, like I say, until they're caught, and this individual flew right under the radar because this is the first time I'm believing that he's been caught with this particular type of behavior. But let me just tell you, I thank Dr. Copeland for his comprehensive answers when I had brought it up. The first thing out of my mouth was, do they go through the FBI check? And he said yes, and everything came back clean. So you can't actually see what's going on until it's been brought out into the public. So I just want to make sure that people know that, and we do everything we can in this district to make our students, our staff safe as possible. If we know the information, if we don't know, we can't. Being proactive is one thing, but you can't be proactive if you don't know what's going on. So that was. I appreciate Dr. Copeland's input. I appreciate the administration, and I appreciate Mrs. Soto for talking about that in personnel. And that concludes my report. Our next meeting is tentative. It says tentative here, but it says January the 14th, 2026. And I'm assuming it's based on the committee assignment on who's going to be there. And then we just touched on our next reward meeting is January 5th. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Kanka. Do I have any questions in regards to finance and operations? Dr. Farrar, you have a question?
Not a question. What I'd like to recommend is, along with looking at the playgrounds and putting them on a rotation, that we put the cleanup of the property, you know, the trimming of bushes and things like that on a rotating basis. Maybe you do the playgrounds and cleaning up the trees and the bushes all at the same time. I know that it's been a conversation in the past about what gets planted, how it gets maintained, and I really think that that's an important piece because we had conversations this summer, didn't we, about Morgan, which looks beautiful now, but it too, if it's not maintained, will become overgrown. So plus there's new rules about mulch having to be 18 inches from the building. So I just want to put that on the radar screen to go along with the playground equipment.
Yeah, I do know that there's supposed to be a space around the building. And if that space is not maintained, it's an issue. And in essence, it's actually a good thing because it prevents any of the bushes or trees or whatever from invading into any of the brickwork and on the building. If there's brick and mortar there, it likes to get inside the mortar and puts moisture in there, and then in the wintertime it freezes and cracks the mortar out. So it's a good thing to stay on top of.
Do I have any other questions in regards to finance and operation? Okay, seeing none, move on to monthly suspension report. Any questions? Monthly HIB report? Questions? A monthly health report. Okay, seeing none, I'm going to move on to hearing of the public on agenda items. I did only have one person signed up, but I believe that they are no longer here. Okay, so seeing that I only had the one, I will close hearing of the public on agenda items, and we will move on to our agenda. Dr. Farrar, can you take us through curriculum and instruction agenda items?
Yes, upon the recommendation of the superintendent, I move items 1 through 12.
Second.
Do I have any questions in regards to curriculum and instruction agenda items? Ms. Soto?
No question.
Dr. Ferrara?
I noted, I forgot to add, there's a motion added, which is number 12, and we do this every year. They're just funds that from the federal government that didn't get spent that we get to carry over. So that's what that motion's about.
Thank you for clarification on that. Ms. Byrne? Any questions?
No questions.
Mr. Kanka?
No.
Ms. Atwood, can you take us through roll call?
Mr. Kanka?
Yes.
Soto?
Yes.
Byrne?
Yes.
Dr. Farrar?
Yes.
Ms. Thornton?
Yes.
Motion's pass.
I'm going to move on to finance and operations. Mr. Kanka, can you take us through finance and operation agenda items?
Yes, I can. Do I walk this last one on right now before I move the other ones? Instead of 1 through 12, we'll make this number 13. Okay. There's been a request to walk on a motion that's not been published on the agenda. It's a motion to approve a revocable license agreement regarding the property at 89 Whitehall Road at Langtree Elementary School.
So Mr. Kanka has presented to add a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion passes.
So that does add the agenda item
I'll
to.
make it motion 13.
Correct. Mr. Kanka, can you move motions 1 through 13?
By recommendation of superintendent, I move motions on finance and operations 1 through 13 for roll
Second.
call.
Do I have any questions in regards to finance and operation motions, Mr. Kanka?
I don't have anything.
Ms. Byrne?
No, no, thank you.
Dr. Farrar?
Nothing, thank you.
Soto? Okay, Ms. Atwood, can you take us through roll call?
Mr. Kanka?
Yes.
Ms. Soto?
I have to abstain on item 9, page 57, PO number 2606168. Yes to the rest.
Byrne?
I need to abstain motion 9, bills list, page 12, invoice 2606172. Yes to the rest.
Dr. Farrar? Yes. Ms. Thornton?
Yes.
Motion's passed.
Now we move on to personnel agenda items. Ms. Soto, can you take us through personnel agenda items?
Yes, upon recommendation of the superintendent, I move items 1 through 15.
Second.
Ms. Soto, any questions in regards to personnel items?
Thank you.
Dr. Ferrara?
None, thank you.
Ms. Byrne?
No, thank you.
Mr. Kanka?
None.
Okay, at this time, we do have, we do have some retirements this evening, and we always like to recognize our, retirements. So in our warehouse throughout the district, 7.5 years service to Hamilton, Mark DiLiberto. Our head to custodian at Morgan Elementary School, 5.5 years service to Hamilton, Richard DeBloy. And our teacher of health and physical education at Mercerville Elementary School and Clockner Elementary School, 33.5 years service to Hamilton, John Talencio. I want to wish you all the best in your retirement and thank you so much for your dedication to Hamilton. Ms. Atwood, can you take us through roll call?
Mr. Kanka?
Yes.
Ms. Soto?
Yes.
Ms. Byrne?
Yes.
Dr. Farrar? Yes. Thornton?
Yes.
Motion's passed.
Okay. And at this time, I do have hearing of the public on school-related matters. Mr. O'Boyle, do we have anyone signed up for? Okay. Janice Klonick.
Somebody must have peeked at my speech tonight because they already were discussing it. Okay, one would think with all the technology and know-how in the world, you have solved the heating problem in the kindergarten at Alexander after almost 20 years. With the heat turned off for the weekend, it is a major problem in winter. Last Monday, I had an open period, so I went to help out the kindergarten teacher at 11:30 in the morning. It was 63 degrees in the room. I was there the whole time. It never changed. I was so cold when I left, I had to go to the teacher's room for lunch and get warmed up. This Monday, with the weekend, snow and chill in the teens, her room was in the 50s with a delayed opening. At 1:30, her room was up to 63. This is ridiculous. If I was in there, I'd be dead due to being frozen for 6 hours. That room has 3 sides open to the elements and is at the end of the heating system. A supplemental heating system that the teacher can turn on and off needs to be installed. Maybe it was about 15 years ago, they talked about putting a system over the sink area, but nothing happened. They need to do something now. That is ridiculous. On another note, I received a thank you from one of the organizations I give to due to the longevity I've been giving. And the entire note from Washington, D.C. was written entirely in cursive. And thank goodness I can read cursive. And you never know when cursive is going to come into your life, which is why we need to teach our kids how to read it with only 15 to 20 minutes a week. And that also needs to happen. Then Saturday, I went to dinner with for my brother-in-law's birthday. And at the next table, there was two little girls, about 7 or 8 years old, and they were on their phones the whole time. No conversation. We need to get these kids off the phones. One of our teachers who lives in Hopewell said Hopewell now does not allow phones in the high school or anything. They have to be put in pouches, and they have to learn how to talk to their friends at lunch. They have to learn how to converse, how to make new friends, how to solve problems verbally, which is ideal. And hopefully they'll even carry it home to their dinner table where we talk. And maybe we can get off this phone bit and learn how to communicate, which is a major problem in the whole country. We need to know how to communicate and read intonation and everything like that. So I think this would be an outstanding 3 New Year's resolution, 3 wishes for New Year's resolution. 1, getting that heating system fixed in Alexander as soon as possible. 2, reading cursive writing, get that done. And last, that we have no phones, that we learn how to communicate. They could be our 3 New Year's resolutions, which would be super and great to do. Okay, and then I would like to compliment Mrs. Byrne for her service for the 3 years, who likes cursive writing as well. So I thank you for your service, and may whatever your future holds, may it be wonderful.
Thank you so
And then on that note, I'd like to wish everyone a happy holiday, happy Hanukkah, and then a most Merry Christmas. I hope Santa treats you all well. And in your stocking, he leaves a note written in cursive.
Thank you, Ms. Phonic. So I do not have anyone else signed up for hearing of the public. Okay. Mr. Boyle, do I have anyone? Okay, so I do not have anyone else signed up, but seeing that we still have time, I see that I have someone in the public that would like to come up, which is fine. Okay, it is a new system, so that's fine. If you'd like to come up.
Good evening, Rose Griegel, Hamilton resident for over 20 years now. I just wanted to congratulate Mrs. Byrne on her last 3 years making it through. It's been interesting watching what you're doing, and it fills me with a lot of pride watching you do that. Even in this arena that so many times it was 8-1, you still held on. And a lot of people I don't think really know who Stacy Byrne is. They just kind of came to their own conclusions based on whatever type of information they get or have heard. A lot of it not true. Well, first of all, she's my aunt. Even though she's only a couple years older than me, but large Irish Catholic family. She's also a great example, but most importantly, she is a God-fearing woman. And she told my mother, her sister-in-law, my uncle, his oldest sister, one time that she didn't know why God put her here. And I believe that God put her here for a reason, and a lot of people voted for you to be here. A lot of God-fearing people in this community. Despite what people may think, there are a lot of God-fearing people. People like myself, many neighbors, and I'm not sure if anybody is familiar with Proverbs 9:10. A lot of people don't like to hear Bible verses, but the beginning of wisdom is fear of the Lord. We have a lot of people with doctorates in the room, very smart, very intellectual people, but true wisdom starts with the fear of the Lord. And people who fear the Lord are called Christians. We're followers of Christ. We follow his rules. We don't, back down when we're in the arena. And Mrs. Byrne proved that, also affectionately known as Aunt Stacy. So I would like to congratulate you, Aunt Stacy, on being 8-1 so many times for the last 3 years, and for watching you, set an example. There were a lot of things going on that we didn't know, and you brought it to our attention, and we thank you for that, because just like everybody in this room, she cares about the kids. And Janice, she will be taking care of her 9 children and her almost 15. Oh my gosh. So another cousin of mine is pregnant. I thought there was number 14 was on the way. Apparently number 15 is. So she will be very busy, and she does a great job at everything, for being a mother, and she cares about the kids just like all of us do. And that's why she ran. And I just want to say, God bless you. May God bless the Hamilton Township School District. And most of all, may God bless the children of the Hamilton Township School District who are run by everybody here. And I hope for the best.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, so that does conclude hearing of the public, unless did I miss anyone else that had signed up? No? Okay. So at this time, I'm going to move on to other business. And I actually do have something for other business. I was hoping, I know, unfortunately, we have a few board members that are out this evening, but I am going to just put this out there for everyone to kind of think about for next year. So just an idea, as a whole board, this is something, that Dr. Rocco and I had a discussion about as a whole board that we thought would be beneficial starting off the year. So perhaps January or early February, the board can take a look at some dates and possibly come up with some dates for a weekend or an evening to do a board retreat to work on goals and objectives for the coming year as a whole. And I think that would be something productive for the board to do together. So just kind of on your agenda when we're looking, I know January is going to be a little bit busy, but maybe perhaps some dates that you might come up with, and then you can share them with Dr. Rocco. Okay, just a thought. And if there's nothing else, I want to wish everyone a very happy holiday. Oh, Mr. Kanka, you have something for other business? Apologize.
Yes.
Okay.
First of all, I would like to wish the public a happy holiday, and however you celebrate it with your family, because this is a special time of year. It's the end of the year. We're all looking forward to 2026. So let's all go out with a bang and come in with a boom. Second of all, I would like to thank Mrs. Burns for her dedication for the last 3 years. It's I know it's tough with just 9 children and I guess 13 with 15 coming on board, grandchildren. It's a lot of work trying to juggle all that stuff together. And because as a parent, as we all know, as parents, you're parents forever. And those kids, no matter if they're 15 or if they're 45, they're still your children, and they still look for their parents for guidance. I know because I have a 40 and a 43-year-old, and they're still looking for guidance. So, next I would like to say a few words about someone that I call friend, and that's Dr. James Altabello. He was he's going to be sorely missed here. He was an asset to this district. Dr. Altabello, in this format, I'm going to change it to Jim, was a man who was never afraid of a challenge. If you had a question and you called him up on the phone, he answered the phone. If he didn't answer the phone, he would send you a message back, "I'll call you back in a few minutes." And he always called back. And there was nothing that Jim wouldn't do. If we had an issue somewhere, whether it was a personnel issue or a facilities issue, Jim would always, "What do you want me to do? How can I help?" And that's the kind of guy that we had in Jim Altobello. He's going to be a tough guy to replace, and I just hope that his replacement has the same demeanor, sense of humor as Jim has had over the years that I've known him. We've had many, many conversations, and we went back and forth a couple times, and he may have agreed with me on the surface, but when I hung up the phone or left his office, he'd probably say, "What the hell does he want that for?" I can just hear it. So as somebody who will be missed, especially by me, and I'm sure by the rest of the board members and Dr. Rocco, I wish him all the best. And I do have his cell phone number, and I'm going to bug him every now and then just to see if he's still around. And his heart is still ticking, but he's a good guy, and we're losing a very, very special guy from this district, and I appreciate everything that you've done, and I wish you all the success in the world on your next mission in life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kanka. Ms. Byrne, anything for other business?
No, I mean, I said it when I gave my little talk, and I do hope you'll wear your Spider-Man socks fondly in fond remembrance of our time here on the board. Mr. Scales is up there if you wouldn't mind giving his, and I'll drop the rest off at 90 Park Avenue. And thank you all for your kind words. I've really enjoyed this time with all of you and learning, and one never knows what the future holds. And thank you again for my niece and all the supporters that we've had. So thank you and God bless. Take care.
Dr. Ferrari, other business?
Well, I can't really add to Mr. Kanka because I feel exactly the way he does. I will share a story though. So my fondest memory will be of being at Grice in the cafe with Mr. Kanka and Dr. Altobello and a washing machine that was still boxed. And we were having coffee in February and the boxed washing machine had been there since November. And so Mr. Kanka was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "That's the washing machine they've been waiting for November." And he looks at Altobello and says, "All right, I'll go home and get my tools and the two of us will do it and we'll have it done immediately." And I just started laughing, right? Because they were serious. And then, "Rocky, get ready." Altobello picks up the phone. He calls Rocky and says, "The washing machine needs to be in, and it needs to be in today." And I have to tell you, Rocky has Altobello's number, and when it rings, it says "Merchant of Death." And so this is the kind of guy Dr. Altobello is. He's got a great sense of humor. He, just as Rich says, if you call him and he can't talk, he'll text you back and gets back to you. And he's just fun to be with. When you see him in the cafe with the kids, you know exactly where he came from because they love him and he loves them right back. So we are going to miss you. We may come down and steal you and bring you back. Just be prepared. And I too wish you the best. And I'll be calling, just like Mr. Kanka.
Dr. Farr, Ms. Soto?
I want to point out, half of the board is missing tonight because things are going around. So I just want to remind everyone to wash their hands, sneeze into your arm. Yeah, the holidays are coming. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a wonderful holiday season. And once again, Jim, congratulations and best of luck on your new role. And, I'll be keeping tabs on you, my daughter in the schools. So I look forward to hearing great things.
Thank you, Ms. Sutter.
Mrs. Thornton,
Yes,
could
Mr.
we-
King.
I'm going to make a request here. Could we excuse Dr. Altabello so we can really say what we really mean?
Now, Mr. Kank, you've never been shy saying anything, so. Thank you, Ms. Sutter, and thank you, Mr. Kank. So Dr. Altabello, thank you doesn't seem like enough. I'm sure over the years I have drove you absolutely crazy. But your door was always open. You were always willing to help in any way that you can, and we are a better district thanks to you. And I thank you very much. Bordentown is very lucky to have you. Don't be surprised if we come visit, just saying. But we know you're going to continue to do great things there. And I cannot, again, thank you enough. And we wish you all the best. And with that, I want to wish everybody a very happy holiday, a happy new year, and we will see you in 2026. So yes.
Motion to adjourn.
And I did one more thing. So the next meeting is January 5th, which is our reorg meeting. And I believe we are at Crockett Middle School at 6:30. There you go, Janice.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion passes.